Good morning. We are about to head down to Tangaroa Terrace for breakfast, and then we are going to go explore a little bit more of downtown Disney, grab some more souvenirs before we head back home to Colorado. And I'm super excited for the banana Foster French toast. Yay! The menu says the Tangaroa toast comes on in a toast brick, and they aren't lying when they say toast brick. It's a solid, deliciously crunchy loaf of toast that you pull off in pieces. It's covered in cinnamon and sugar, and then the banana Foster sauce syrup, I kind of drizzled it over the top, and it's really yummy. And I'm eating it with my fingers because I feel like this is the most utilitarian way to do it. I'm also excited to put some of this toasted coconut whipped cream on here. All right. Sweet, yummy banana flavor. I love toasted coconut. It's a perfect little tropical dish to have out here on Tangaroa Terrace in the morning before you head to the park, before you do some shopping. Ooh, I just said toast brick. I'm pretty convinced that they took a toast brick and dropped it in the deep fryer, because it's got like a crispy fried edge to it that I don't think you could get in a pan. And then my husband happened to have the fluffy Japanese pancakes, and I'm not really sure that they're fluffy enough. I feel like they could be fluffier. So we might have to try to improve this at home, because they are fluffy, but they're almost like eating cake. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the videos of Japanese like cheesecake and pancakes online, but I feel like it should have more jiggle than this. Like when you jiggle it, there's not a whole lot of kinetic energy in that they're fluffy pancakes. So I think we might have to improve this recipe at home for the blog, because I think this could be better. Something really good to know that we just found out is that if you mobile order at Tangaroa Terrace, your food comes out in a to-go box, and you kind of have to put it together yourself if you want the fancy plating. So if you want the orchid flowers with it and the chef to put all the decorations on it for you, definitely stand in line, wait a little longer, and you'll get the fancy plating. If you're in a rush and you want to eat on the go though, or like if you wanted to take your food down to downtown Disney and enjoy the people watching, actually it's a great way to pack and get on the move. But we were expecting it to be ready for us, especially for some extra photos before we went down to downtown Disney. So a little surprise there, but still good. But definitely self-plating if you mobile order. Mobile order overall has been really nice for this trip. We used it at Award Wieners. I used it for the loaded fries at Hungry Bear restaurant. Super simple, super fast. You could order when you're across the park, and by the time you get there, you're ready. You just walk up, you don't have to wait in line. And in a couple cases, it actually allowed us to skip most of the line, so I didn't have to wait at all. But I think there are definitely some places like Flo's V8 Cafe where you can't order the pot pie, which we found out was a vegetarian pot pie anyway. But you can't order it on mobile, but you can if you stand in line. So definitely check out mobile order. I think it's super fast and convenient, and it really helped us skip the line for foods. But if there's a specific menu item you really want, it may not be on mobile order, and you may not know that unless you've seen the whole menu beforehand. So definitely check both out, and sometimes I think it is worth it to stand in line and wait so that you get the full plating experience, or you get exactly what you wanted from your meal. So there is avocado toast on the regular menu at Tangaroa Terrace, and it is not on mobile order, and I'm very disappointed, because I think if given the choice right now between what I just ate and avocado toast, I would have wanted avocado toast this morning. So like I said, overall, after mulling over my Tangaroa toast with the banana Foster syrup, I just, for some reason, got more and more disappointed with the experience. It started out yummy, and then by the end, I really was left wanting for avocado toast and more consistent mobile order menu. So, sad day, but it's the honest truth. I think Tangaroa Terrace really only rates as like a moderate, a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. It's good, but I think you could find better for breakfast. It's great, it's super convenient because it's right next to the Disneyland Hotel. It's inside the hotel. But I really think there's got to be better breakfast out there. So I think we're gonna keep looking. Plenty of Christmas at the World of Disney store in downtown Disney. I love this t-shirt behind me, and they have a ton of holiday snack themed items. Mugs, shirts, onesies, backpacks. I love that they've embraced the snack love at Disney 100%. And we just got back from our trip from Disneyland. We got back last night actually, but with getting into the airport, going to pick up our daughter, it took a little bit of time to get home, and I didn't have any time to talk about what happened on our last day. So after we went shopping in downtown Disney, we took the time to stop at Black Tap, which I was so excited about. My sister really encouraged us to go. So I was excited that we had time. And because it was a Monday, it was a little bit slower when we went around noon. So we only had about a 5-minute wait in line, and they were really quick with making our food. And the food was so good. We had the Greg Norman burger, which was a Wagyu beef burger with buttermilk, dill, kind of ranch dressing on top, arugula, and blue cheese. And I love arugula. It's super peppery. It gives a great contrast in a burger. Blue cheese is delicious, always, I think. And I am a dead set for dill. Like, you put dill on something and I'm a happy camper. So dill in my buttermilk ranch, and we were really good to go. So we had that, we had the fries, and then I thought, since we were dining in, we should have one of the crazy shakes there, because that's really what they're known for, is their burgers and their outrageous shakes. So we had the sweet and salty shake, which is a peanut butter shake. I love peanut butter, love it. Like, one of my clients once had a peanut butter of the month membership, and she would invite me over in between our sessions so that we could have peanut butter together. That's how much she knew I love peanut butter, and I was all for it. Spicy peanut butter is weird though, just FYI. So I wanted to show you guys some of the things that we got when we were in downtown Disney. And then some of the other things we got the rest of the time we were there. We didn't get a ton of souvenirs because we bought so many food items. But I thought it would be really fun to kind of show you guys what we got. So one of the first things I was really looking for was one of these. These are the dolls that they sell in the toy shop in the marketplace in Galaxy's Edge. This is an Ahsoka doll, and when I saw these dolls, I was really torn between getting a Princess Leia or a Rey or an Ahsoka, and I just thought she was so cute and different, so we got her for my daughter. And then one of the other things I was really looking for that I loved when I was kind of seeing what merchandise was coming out in Black Spire Outpost was Rey's vest. And this guy was $60, and normally that would be maybe too much for me to spend on kind of a costumey item, but it's actually really, really nice. It's got really nice linen on the inside. It's kind of like a suede fabric on the inside of the lapel. It's almost like a tweed on the outside. It's got great blanket stitching around the edges. I don't know if you guys can really see that. Look at how nice that stitching is. So it's actually a really quality garment, even though it's kind of essentially a costumey piece. But I really loved it. I almost bought the tunic to go underneath it, but I didn't want to spend like $110 on just 2 shirts that I didn't know if I would wear for daily wear. And I figured I could find kind of a cream V-neck shirt to go with this if I wanted to wear it out or with jeans or something. So I figured I could figure it out, and I didn't have to buy both. So I was really excited about this. My husband is a really big Star Wars fan. So when the Han Solo movie came out and Han Solo was sitting at the table with Lando Calrissian and they were playing Sabat, my husband totally fangirled and really wanted this game. And he was really worried that they were gonna be sold out by the time we got there, because he was seeing a lot of reports that this game was flying off the shelves, and he was worried we wouldn't be able to get a copy. But luckily they had plenty when we were there, so we got this cool Sabat card game. It has instructions in it, and what I thought was really cool is the cast member who was manning the credit depository in that shop, I guess. Not cash register, because you're on an alien planet. He was actually teaching kids in the shop how to play, which I thought was really, really neat and a really cool opportunity.
So yeah, so that's something we also got. When we were in downtown Disney on the last day, my major objective was to get this item. And I've been looking for a milk and cookie plate for our daughter for Christmas for a long time. And we had really cool glass when I was a kid that had this kind of, it wasn't Disney themed, but it had these really cool kind of child handwriting marks on it. And I loved it. I thought it was such a cool glass. And you can buy those on eBay. But when I saw this and some of the holiday merchandise kind of preview videos online, I just knew I had to have it. So it's got a super cute Mickey shaped gingerbread plate in here. And then the cup says, the yummiest time of the year. And it shows some different Christmas themed treats, which I just thought was perfect because I love treats so much. And oh, come on, it's cute. Like, look how cute it is. Like, the only thing that could make it better if it was gingerbread scented. And they do have gingerbread scented things right now. So, but this is my favorite one for sure. It was $24.99, and I thought that was pretty reasonable for such a unique item. Obviously, they're glass and porcelain. So I thought this was a really great, exciting item. I was a little bit worried about transporting it. The last item I got when we were in downtown Disney was my Spirit jersey. And I went with the Potion Purple jersey, and I tend to be kind of behind on trends. So I know Potion Purple's been out for a while, but I love the color. I love the sparkles on it, that they're kind of blue and purple, and they have a lot of dimension to them. And I wasn't, I guess, as much into the Arendelle Aqua, so I had to pick this up when I found it. We did see it in one shop when we were in Disney California Adventure, and I didn't get it at that point. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to buy it. I was actually looking to see, desperately, to see if they had any Potion Purple years left, because I thought they were so cute when I saw them on people, and I really thought they would go good with the shirt I was wearing when we were in Disney California Adventure. But alas, they were completely sold out of Potion Purple ears in like both parks. And so I for sure was convinced I was not going to be able to get anything Potion Purple after we left that park. And then there was a few of these shirts in World of Disney in downtown Disney. So I was super excited and I grabbed it right away. I don't know that I convinced my husband that it was worth it for the Spirit jersey, but I love it and I'm super excited to be able to wear it. So, okay, I lied. There was one more thing that I bought, and I bought this, which is just a very classic kind of Mickey shaped ornament for the tree. There were so many super cute ornaments that were there at World of Disney. Princess shapes. I love the ones that were Mickey hats that were different movie themes. The princess ones were super cute. I totally squealed over all of the retro Mickey Minnie Christmas ones. There was one that was super great. It was in the shape of a retro postcard. I just didn't think I could get it home without getting flattened. So I knew this one would hold up pretty well. And the ladies packed this like pros. This was definitely making it all the way home. They like triple wrapped it in paper. So if you ever are worried about getting something home, like they try their very best to make sure it's gonna make it home for you in one piece. Overall, our trip was truly amazing. This was the first time I've ever been to Dapper Day, and I went all in for Dapper Day this year. I had Angela Tam from Angela Tam Team come and do my hair and my makeup. It was totally worth it because it really enhanced my experience. I would not have been able to do what she did myself. Oh, on the subject of pictures, the cast members that we had taking our picture, because we had the Max Pass, so we had photo pass opportunities, and we really tried to utilize them as much as possible. They were amazing. They really encouraged different poses. They helped you go through different poses and helped you adjust your hands and told you to stand here, turn there, turn your face. They really encouraged us to play with our accessories. And my husband was wearing a Daisy and Donald pin to kind of give a clue to everybody about what we were kind of Disney bounding as specifically. And they took like a close-up of his pin without even us saying anything. It was really just an amazing experience. They got some great photos of our friends that went with us and their little boy. I would definitely recommend, if you go to Disneyland and you have the funds to get the Max Pass, get it, because that photo pass is truly, it's going to get you some amazing pictures. The lines were never really that long. They kind of looked long, but they were great about moving people through the lines. And like I said, those pictures are worth it. They're some of the best pictures that we had from around the park. They're unique, they're different poses, and especially when me and my husband were able to be in the picture together. which if it's just you and someone else traveling together, you may not be able to have a lot of non-selfie style pictures of you and who you're traveling with. So it's an opportunity to have stylized pictures in front of iconic parts of the park that are, well posed, well lit, and just really special. They're gonna be pictures that we remember forever and just really special moments of me and my husband and then our friends who went with us as well. As far as the food goes, when we were there, I tried to get in a little bit of everything that was on my list. I didn't get to everything. I tried really hard. I had to give a few items to a friend, so a friend of mine is helping me kind of review some of those food items like the Jack Jack Cookie Num Num, which I saw many times and salivated over as I walked by. So I'm gonna have all of those food reviews up on the blog over the next few weeks. But what I really was interested in was finding out what was left over from Halloween, what was coming for holiday food, and how the park was really designed and decorated kind of in this in-between period where it wasn't quite holiday yet, because holiday starts on the 8th of November at the park, and Halloween was supposed to be technically over. There were a few places where you could still get the Halloween treats. One of them was at the mint julep bar. You could still get the blackberry mint julep, which we tried, which was really good. We also saw that they had one of the Halloween bread cones at Sally's over in Carsland, which we didn't have a chance to try, but I saw the notice that was posted in the window. So that was really neat to see. So there were definitely some shops that still had the Halloween food items around, which was really great, so that if you didn't have a chance to try those, you may have still had a second chance to get one of those items. But they didn't have any holiday treats yet. Those definitely clearly were not going to come out until the 8th of November. So we missed out on any holiday treats, unfortunately. But we did get to see lots of great holiday decorations. They already had lots of the areas of the park decorated. Hungry Bear was decorated. It's signed for Christmas. They had Christmas decorations up in New Orleans Square. They also had decorations up at Rancho del Zocalo, they kind of went both ways. They were kind of Dia de los Muertos decorations, but also had ornaments in them. So you could tell they was slowly creeping into every area of the park. The castle was fully decorated. It had icicles. It had snow on the roof. So it was pretty much, in my opinion, it seemed like it was ready to go. They may be adding more things, but it was pretty much ready to go. You could see the Small World was really close. The clock face had its jaunty Santa hat on. So it was in full Christmas spirit. They still had the walls up around it because they're not quite done with it, but it was getting really, really close. So they're constantly putting up Christmas decorations right now in Disneyland. In downtown Disney, though, there was definitely lots of Halloween left, which was really cool. In a lot of the central planters between each side of the sidewalk, there was some really cool pumpkin displays that had these awesome abstract Fab Five characters in them. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and Pluto. And if you stood at just the right angle, you would be able to see the character all lined up. But it was kind of pieces, very abstract if you viewed it from the wrong angle, which was really cool. My favorite food items from the trip would definitely have to be the loaded fries from Hungry Bear. They were the perfect combination of salty, brightness from the onion, brightness from the cilantro, and then the bacon on top was super umami, really delicious. The fries were crispy. The ones that had the toppings on them were starting to get kind of soft by the end, but they were really well made. Some of the foods that we were actually really disappointed with we ate at Tangaroa Terrace. Tangaroa Terrace was just not really that yummy. Maybe it was just the day that we were there, but we were not really impressed with the service necessarily. And then our mobile order experience there was not really great either. We expected to be able to mobile order like everywhere else we've been using mobile order and get essentially exactly what you would get if you had regular ordered, which was, a little tray or a plate with your food on it. And when you mobile ordered at Tangaroa Terrace, it was actually boxed to go. And there were plates and forks and stuff in the bottom, but nobody told us, so I ended up with twice as many forks and knives as I needed to. And you definitely don't get the pretty, flowers on the side. And there definitely were items missing off the mobile order menu at Tangaroa Terrace that looked really yummy and probably would have been better than what I'd actually ordered. So that was really sad to us and disappointing. And that was the big thing I noticed about mobile order around the park is it saves a lot of time if the item you actually want is on the mobile order menu. If it's there, do it. Especially if you have a family and those little kids are getting really tired and they don't want to have to stand in line anymore, or you don't want to have to split your group off and have somebody sit and wait while you're going to order food, mobile order is perfect. It's the way to do it. So I encourage you to, definitely look at every restaurant you're going to stop at, see if they have mobile order. Look at the regular menu, which is also on the Disneyland app. You can see their regular menu, and then decide what you want. Double check against the mobile order menu and see if it's there. And if everything's, the same, then I would say go for it. But don't be surprised if it's not exactly how you expected, because there were definitely some things that were different. And I don't think it was necessarily predictable. It seemed like maybe all the places in Disneyland and Disney California Adventure were probably going to be the same, whether you stood in line or you got mobile order. But I would definitely question outside of the parks and the hotels, it might not be packaged quite the same. It might not look the same. The options might not quite be the same. So it's got its pros and cons, but it definitely saves you a ton of time in the park. 100%, if you're in the park, use mobile order to your fullest advantage. The food in Black Spire Outpost was probably overall my favorite part. It's one of the things I think that makes Black Spire Outpost the most immersive part of the park right now, is that the food is different, it's unique, it's got fun names, which if you like Star Wars, or even if you're just trying to kind of play along with the story of that area, you can get involved with it if you think about, oh, I'm not just eating a pork or turkey sausage, I'm eating a Rancho roasted sausage, and you can kind of get in that framed mindset. I think it really helps facilitate the story while we're still waiting for that second major ride to open, and really get the full feeling of what's going on in that park right now. I definitely loved the regular Ronto wrap so much more than the breakfast Ronto wrap, which totally goes against most of the internet. Most of the internet is they've got their flags and their banners waving for the morning Ronto wrap, which you would think turkey, cheese, egg, peppercorn sauce sounds like a match made in heaven. And it is, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad, but it needs that acid. And I think we decided really overall in our trip that the foods that had that balance between fat and brightness, acid, tang were the ones that we loved the most. They had all those layers. The chefs at Disney had really thought about that item, had made sure it was really well balanced. And so you weren't going to get that like overly full stick feeling if you ate the whole thing, because it was so well balanced and you just didn't get left with that heavy feeling. The other nice thing we really discovered is that a lot of the items we had were totally shareable. The Ronto wraps were definitely shareable, plenty of food for 2 people. The meal that we had at Docking Bay 7, the Kadu ribs, totally shareable. And that blueberry blue moon muffin was amazing. If you have a chance to check out the blog, we are doing those muffins, because those are going to be your new favorite breakfast food for sure. And that's another thing. There are so many items that we're going to do for the blog that we loved that I think are going to be great everyday foods too. They don't have to be just Disney magic foods. They're going to be great new foods for you guys to just incorporate into your daily rotations, just to change it up. We have something new. And then just really yummy, delicious things. Some of the really great drinks that we had, all the drinks that we had inside the regular part of Black Spire Outpost were all really, really yummy. The Milaroon juice was amazing. If you can imagine what melted red Starburst tastes like with ice, and it was perfect. It was not too sweet, which was great. I was worried it was going to be sickly sweet when I started drinking it, but it wasn't. It was very well balanced. And the Tatooine Sunset was perfect. It was a great morning drink, really delicious. And because all of those items on the menus have like a full set of ingredients, I think those would be fun to try too, and see if we can make up something that's similar, and try to have like a mocktail at home. I think that'd be pretty fun. The last part of our experience as far as food goes was at Oga's Cantina. And can I tell you, walking by Oga's Cantina during the day, you heard that music bumping. It was like walking by a true bar or a dance club. It really gave you that feeling that you were in a real place and you were walking by something in a downtown square. It was really interesting. The one bummer about Oga's Cantina is when you get in there, they put you at a spot, they put you at a table, you might be standing, you might be sitting, and you can't move. So if you're on the side of the cantina where you're away from the DJ animatronic, you don't get to see it the whole time you're there, which is really sad and frustrating. We did get a really cool view of some of the interesting animals that are up in the bar, but we didn't really get to see the DJ. We heard him playing, we heard him talking, and I really didn't get to see him until we were leaving, and I stopped, I'm sure, in somebody's way, and I took pictures and some video. And so that was kind of disappointing. The drinks were pretty good. They're big, folks. Those are big drinks. My husband got the Yub Nub, which means he got the really cool souvenir mug to take home, and he made some tea in it last night, and he set it on the largest setting for our Keurig, and it was only half the cup. So the drinks that you get at Galaxy's Edge they're expensive, but they're pretty big drinks. I had the Sky Hopper, which was a really yummy honeydew cream, almost like a White Russian, but with honeydew. It was really great. I didn't quite finish it because it was a big drink for me. But it was really, really delicious. Honeydew is one of my favorite fruits. It was one of my favorite melons. And it was a great, great cocktail. We also got the charcuterie board, which was really yummy, and which is a great way to just kind of break up our drinks since there are pretty sweet drinks in general at Olga's Cantina. It was really nice to have some salt in there just to kind of even things out. Our friend who was with us got the Spice Runner cider, and I was actually kind of disappointed in that one. It wasn't super flavorful. It was, I think it's made by Angry Orchard for the Cantina, and it's supposed to have some cinnamon or spices in it, and it really didn't have much flavor at all. It was actually pretty boring. Though he also, the next night, got a pumpkin cider at Cathay Circle restaurant, and that was great. The pumpkin cider that he had was super flavorful. It had lots of reminiscent fall flavors, so you drank it and you just kind of thought fall, which was really nice. So if you like cider, and I do, I love cider, I would not get the one at Olga's Cantina. And if you're able to go to Cathay Circle restaurant or maybe stop in their lounge, I would definitely get their cider. Their cider was really great and totally worth it. Some of the other foods we tried, like the Mickey beignets, were so classic and of course super delicious. I had to have one of the Señor Buzz churros, which was really neat because it had purple and green sugar, colored sugar, incorporated with the regular cinnamon sugar, so it was pretty and delicious. We also had a corn dog from the Little Red Wagon, which was great. It may technically be the same corn dog as Corn Dog Castle, but you can get it with spicy cheese sauce, which is their specialty sauce, when you go to the Little Red Wagon, and that was a really delicious way to eat a corn dog. I don't know if you guys saw, but we sort of accidentally, ordered the cheese on a stick at the Corn Dog Castle, and I have since found out from a new friend that I made on our way home that cheese on a stick is actually a real fair food. She's from Texas, and she informed me that it is totally a legitimate fair food. And I'm from the Midwest, so had no idea what it was. And my husband has been in Colorado most of his life and had no idea what it was. And so we were both really shocked that there was just a stick of cheese that was fried in corn dog bread. But she informed me that the best way to eat it is with mustard, and I think that would have been a much better way to eat it because ketchup was not doing it at all for that cheese on a stick. So I wouldn't recommend that if you've never had cheese on a stick before, or if you really want a corn dog, don't accidentally get the cheese on a stick because you will be sad that there's no corn dog in your cheese. Like my husband was very, very sad. But I think it's still a great part of Disney California Adventure is their food. They've got such great things like the Jack Jack Cookie Num Num. They've got amazing bread bowls, classic churros, like I said, the corn dogs. They've got the Abominable Snowman treats over there. I unfortunately wasn't able to have one this time, but it's definitely on my list for next time because I love lemon, and I know his is lemon flavored, yellow lemon. One of the things that was kind of sad was I went over to Schmoozies for their kind of like magical, I think it's right near the Philharmonic, so I think the shake is supposed to be Sorcerer Mickey themed, and they didn't have the sign up, so I wasn't sure if they didn't have it, and I was too afraid to ask because I didn't see the sign up, and I didn't see it on the mobile order menu or on the regular menu. Dapper Day is an experience I would definitely do again. it was so fun to get dressed up in a special outfit and go around the park, to kind of have people smile at you and see that you were doing something special, to feel really fancy, take these cool photos with the PhotoPass photographers in front of the castle, in front of the partners statue. It was just a really great opportunity. I really was glad that I chose to do something comfortable most of the day, and I went in capri pants and kind of like loafer shoes. It was the perfect outfit to go around the park in all day. I changed for heels for dinner both days, and those heels, man, I'm telling you, loafers were the right way to go most of the day. The ladies I saw in heels, I don't know how they survived a whole day at the park. I tracked my steps while we were in the parks, and the full days we were there, we walked more than 30,000 steps each day. And on Friday, our half day, we still walked 20,000 steps. So, you know, they say wear comfortable shoes for a reason. Definitely check out some of our blog posts for what to take to Disney. Remember, comfy shoes. 30,000 steps, people, that is a lot of steps. It's like more than 6 to 8 miles a day. So you need comfy shoes. And also, I think a great thing to remember to bring is some of those, you know, cushioning Band-Aids. I brought some moleskin with me, which is a great product that you can kind of wrap over blisters that's protective and will decrease friction, so you can keep wearing the same shoes without getting that rubbing that causes blisters. So, you know, if you're gonna bring comfy shoes, but also bring a backup pair of shoes, bring backup supplies in case something goes wrong and your feet start to hurt, so that you can keep pushing through and really enjoy those park days without having to suffer with really painful feet. So the next Dapper Day is planned for the 18th of April, which is actually my birthday. So I may be pushing for another Disney trip a lot sooner than I originally planned, because I can't wait to go back right now. My husband has been commenting ever since we got back that he misses the Disney magic, and I do too. But I feel the Disney calling already, and I'm already thinking about planning our next trip and potentially figuring out when we can go and how long. So I always come back from a Disney trip and start thinking about, when is my next one? What am I going to do on my next one? And this trip got me so excited for more food, more experiences. There were so many shows we didn't get to attend, so many smaller experiences, some of the just interactive activities like the Animators Academy, great moments with Mr. Lincoln. We didn't really have a chance to stop at the fireworks or stop and watch the shows like Fantasmic at all, because we were really trying to get to rides during those downtimes, because I was also very determined to ride as many things as we could. So we pretty much got in all the rides while we were there. I will say I felt like I was pretty good with my Fast Pass management. We pretty much got to all the rides on Fast Pass that had Fast Pass. We never really stood in line for anything for more than about 20 minutes. The one thing that I will say that I've never experienced before that was super interesting was we were on Indiana Jones when it broke down. And so we kind of sat for about 10 minutes, and then the cast members, who were totally wonderful, came by with step ladders and helped everybody get off the car, and we walked through the ride. So we got to kind of see some of the backstage behind the scenes elements and the light. So, you know, if that happens to you and you get stuck on a ride and you have to walk off the ride, they do give you kind of a free Fast Pass that you can use at any ride, even rides that don't have Fast Passes available anymore. They've sold out of those for the day. So we were able to go on Matterhorn bobsled that had run out of Fast Passes whatever time we wanted to during the day. So that was really cool. It really helped us with the planning during the day. Or that was 2 cars ahead of us was actually stuck under the dangling Indiana Jones. And I said I was really jealous, because how cool would that have been to get that picture of him just dangling above your car. We had great experiences when we were at Disneyland this time. Experiences that I would do over and over and over again. Disneyland is a great place to take your family, to go solo, to go as a couple. Don't be afraid to go when you're an adult. I love it. It's a great place no matter how old you are, childless, millennial or not. Go if you've never been. And like I said, don't be afraid to go if you're alone. I would probably do it if I was alone. I'm just lucky enough that my husband will let me drag him along. If you're ever thinking about going to a special event like Dapper Day, do some research. If you want to get involved with the event itself, I think it's totally worth it. You will kind of be a part of this really cool activity, this cool event. I know our friends were saying that they were stopped on Main Street, and some other bloggers, some other YouTubers were talking to them, getting information from them. And that's a really cool experience if you've never been to a convention or anything like that. It's really fun to kind of meet a new community of people and to get to know other people who are interested in something you're interested in too. And Disney is a really unique and interesting community that has a lot of different variation, a lot of different levels of interest and activeness. So, you know, it's something, you know, to explore, and if you want to try it, go for it. And you can really Disney Dapper Day or Disney Bound at any level you want. There were people who really went all out with really crazy fancy costumes, and then people who kind of went, more light and casual, who didn't go all out, but you could definitely tell that they were trying to be a little bit more dapper. So, you can customize it and do whatever you want. And I think that's a great way just to feel included, but not have to spend extra money necessarily. I really got lots of accessories and knickknacks because I wanted to really feel all the elements of the costume and make it unique for me. But, I think I could have just gone with, a white top and pants, and I still would have, been dappering, and I would have been Disney bounding. There are so many people who go to Disney and just get some ears, and that's what they rock all day long is their mini ears or their Disney hat. They had a lot of, ball cap style hats that I saw this year that I'd never seen before. So, you can go super simple. You don't even have to dress up. Nobody says that you have to be representing Disney when you go. But if that's something you want to do, definitely look into it. Look into Disney bounding, what it is, how to do it, and how you can really do Disney bounding at any level. And Disney bounding is really about doing something that you can do on your own budget that represents you in fashion and your love of a Disney character or theme or ride, whatever you want. So it's just a fun way to go to the park and really represent what you love about Disney and just being there. The vlog is going to be full of new recipes, more of our pictures and experiences, more of a description of Dapper Day and what we experienced, how we managed the parks, the rides that we went on with FastPass, kind of the order that I tried to do things in to give you guys an idea of how to organize your day, how it didn't actually quite work out like I planned, but it still worked out really well by the end. So if you share, like, and subscribe, you will get updates on videos as they come out. I'm going to be piecing things together, putting up more pictures, and hopefully posting some videos on how-tos with recipes, showing you guys how we're putting food together so you guys have a better idea of how to do it at home and you can kind of follow along with those things. So I'm so thankful that you guys took this journey with us. You went on this magical vacation, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing what was going on, getting a view of the parks, and I hope you continue to hang out with us, enjoy treats at home, and continue to have that magical experience.